After the kidnapping of the king, chaos and turmoil ruled the land, and our province was no exception. We were overrun by bandits and marauders, and the roads were no longer safe. The most terrible massacre happened at the stud farm in Neuhof, which was raided and torched, and all the horses slaughtered. My liege lord sent his men, led by Sir Robert of Talmberg, to track down the killers and to bring them to justice. I rode with them, but the investigation has been slow and difficult. Whenever I came across some trace of the bandits, someone erased it in the cruelest way imaginable. In the end, though, I got one step ahead of the enemy. I found out one of the bandits was still alive and hiding near Talmberg. But before I set out to track him down, I had to report to Sir Robert.
Faster! In a real fight, you'd be dead already.
Sir.
Ah, Henry. Carry on. Well, lad, have you made any progress with the investigation?
Yes, sir. I think I have at last.
So you've found someone who isn't gutted and nailed to a wall?
It wasn't easy, sir, but I believe I have. I have information about one of the bandits who did it. He's even hiding in a village nearby.
God's blood. It's true the darkest shade is beneath the candlestick. Who is he?
I only know that they call him Riki, and he's from here in Talmberg.
That's it?
You wouldn't believe how much effort it took me to find that out. But I think it's enough to go on.
What if he's dead too?
I think we'd already know if he was. These fellows are not given to subtlety.
True enough. We haven't found any more mutilated corpses. Well, get on with it then. And when you find him, come and see me. Most likely I'll be in the encampment by Merhoed.
You can rely on me, sir. Farewell.
And be careful, Henry. I know what that rabble did to you. But remember with whom you're dealing. Don't start any foolhardiness on your own. Understood?
I'll try not to, sir. Listen, I'm looking for a fellow they call Riki. Do you know him?
You mean Hinnick? He's the tanner's son, isn't he?
Any idea where I might find him?
I don't know. Try at his folks' house, but he doesn't spend much time there.
You know this Hinnick. Can you tell me something about him?
Not much, I confess. Much the village folk avoid him like the plague.
Why is that?
Tanners have never been the most sought-after companions. And what's more, he keeps the company of all kinds of knaves. In short, he doesn't have the best reputation.
What can you tell me about the old courier?
As I say, he's as cantankerous as a hog at a thorn bush. He won't talk to anyone.
Why do they call Hinnick Riki, anyway?
He's a tanner, isn't he? If you're ever downwind of him, you'll see for yourself. Tanning isn't a trade for the weak of stomach.
True enough, but not every courier is given that name.
Well, I'd say it might have something to do with his reputation, too.
Why has he got such a bad name?
Well, like his old man, he doesn't talk much to anyone, and then he's always skulking off somewhere. I heard he got a taste of the pillory and retired for thieving, and in Neuhof he got boozed up in the alehouse with his cronies and they beat up some merchants.
A bit more than high spirits, huh?
Just so. We're all honest folk here, and we've no use for the likes of him.
Don't tell me no one at all talks to him.
Well, he's been seen around with one of the bathhouse wenches, Adela, I believe she's called.
Where does the tanner live? Where's the bathhouse? Tell me something about Talmberg.
Be a bit more careful.
What can you tell me about this Hinnick?
I wouldn't say I know him. Decent people have nothing to do with him.
How come?
He stinks, he's filthy, and he goes around with peculiar people. In short, not someone you'd want to know.
What's the tanner like? Hinnick's father?
He's a slimy old toad, unpleasant to folk, and weird.
Why do they call him Riki anyway?
Why do you think? Because he's got a big nose? He reeks, that's why, Jesus.
Why don't people like him?
I'm not one to gossip. All I can tell you is he doesn't make a good impression on folk.
And does nobody at all talk to him?
I hear he sees Adela.
So Adela is his sweetheart.
Sweetheart? I wouldn't put it that way. She's anybody's sweetheart if they've got the money for it.
You know this Hinnick. Can you tell me something about him?
He's a bastard.
Oh yeah? In what way?
He's a scoundrel who keeps company with all sorts and gets up to devilry. Folk don't talk to him much.
What can you tell me about the old courier?
The apple never falls far from the tree. Hinnick's a scoundrel and his father's a grouchy old bastard.
Why do they call Hinnick Reeky, anyway?
Have you ever been in a tanning shop? If not, go there and you'll see for yourself. On the other hand, it might have something to do with his reputation too.
Why has he got such a bad name?
Most of the neighbours stay well clear of him, because he goes around with the wrong people. A dubious pack they are. I wouldn't wonder if they were thieves or even murderers.
Don't tell me no one at all talks to him.
There's one bathhouse wench talks to him. A filthy harlot, of course. Who else?
And what's this harlot's name?
Adela, I think.